So here's the supplies I'm going to use to get started on this second coat today. I've got my mahogany and walnut dye mixed here with a 1:1 dilution with isopropyl alcohol, 91% I think it's called. And I've got some water handy, a wide paintbrush, a narrow paintbrush in case I want to get into some detail work, water, and a rag. The water's left over from yesterday, but I'm going to keep it. It's just what I washed my paintbrush out with last night, so it's a little stained with dye, but that's okay. So I'm going to wet my brush. I got to paint with my left hand, so let me switch hands here with the camera. Okay. Dab off a little excess. Don't want it to drip on the way. I already made a mistake and stained my son's cement on his garage floor once. I don't want to make that mistake again. I'm going to come over and we'll start right here, just before the seam. Couple passes. And get down into that seam a little bit. And crease. Looks good. I don't want to have to do a third coat, so I'm just going to put this on generously. You can see there's a little, I don't know if you can see it with the camera, there's a little green right in this area. I'll just make sure I get that in there pretty good. I'll be turning this cushion in several directions and going over it. Turn it around so that the light faces a little better. Not really good lighting in the garage. I'm depending on the daylight to help me here mostly. Sorry. This is my first YouTube video where I'm holding the camera with one hand and working with the other, so I'm not very skilled. Oh, a lot of green there in that little seam, and that is an outside seam that will be exposed when you're sitting on the sofa. Be sure and get that. I'm still, okay. These little creases here, I'm going to take my little paintbrush and get into them in a minute. Whisk off some drips here. That's going to dry in a little while. It's going to be beautiful. I think using the paintbrush, although it's a little tedious, is working out very well. Plenty. As far as cost, let me see. Each quart of the Fibings that I bought was with a discount $32. Well, I started out with 2 little 8-ounce bottles. Didn't get very far with those. I was hoping I would because reading online somebody said that they had accomplished a project using 8 ounces of it, and they had left over. And so I thought maybe I could do the same thing, but that's okay. I found a great company who worked with me, figuring out a few questions I had. There. As you can see, this first part that I did just a few minutes ago is already absorbed, soaked in. I don't see any hint of green at all. It's going to be great. First coat of the main part of the sofa, how that goes on. Quick shots here. Boy, I'm tired. I think I'm dehydrated. Definitely hungry. But I'm going to finish this side. So I wanted to catch how it looks before it's permanently a new color.